Hey guys, what's going on? Today I actually got in a shipment of worms, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them to the foxes today so that they can get their dinner now. They're starting to get a little cranky because they want to eat, but I'm gonna unbox these worms with them and we'll see how they like them. Let's see. Come here, buddy. Alright. Do you hear them in there? Are you hearing the worms? Here, let's put this over here. Alright. You're interested in that box, huh? We're gonna open it in a second. Give me a minute, you're so impatient. We will unbox that together, buddy, okay? Pretty sure I can hear them too. Can you hear them, Scout? You hear them in the box? This is Scout over here. And that's Lucy, his new best friend. You gonna yell at him for going into your new little enclosure put together for you? Scout, you gotta give me a minute. We're gonna unbox it together. You be a little more patient now? Lucy, you can't get out there. Let me give you some worms. It's raining out there, Lucy. You can't go out there. Hey, Wolf Dreamer, how's it going? We were about to unbox these Superworms with the foxes so they can have their dinner. We're good. They're just waiting for their food. Yeah, they're being a little impatient. Scout's being a little more patient now, though. Scout, you gonna be grumpy when she comes near you? Yeah, their noises are very cute. Especially Lucy's. I love her little voice. She sounds so adorable when she makes that sound. She's coming for the box. Maybe not. Thinking twice. We'll get to it in a minute, little lady. Don't be a grouch, Scout. Yeah, it's been super quiet since yesterday, actually. So I was doing a couple of live streams and I noticed, I guess everybody's out. Everybody has a life tonight. But the kids gotta eat. So I got a box of Superworms for them and we're gonna open it in a minute. And now they're finally waiting a little bit more patiently for it. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So there's actually a couple chats going, and one of them is actually on YouTube, and the other one is on Twitch. I'm streaming to multiple platforms at the moment. That's why I'm actually taking a minute before I do the unboxing, because I'm just making sure everything's working correctly. Alright, so let's go ahead and unbox this. You're already coming right for it, huh? Give me a minute. Bring the camera over here. You can take a look at it. You are not waiting, huh? Are you hungry? Are you that hungry? Scout, really? Alright. Maybe I'm gonna have to move this box up a little higher. Because you are so impatient. Let me bring it over here. Right. Look at that. Oh, there's a cricket too. So they should be all mainly at the bottom. There's supposed to be 1,000 of them in here. Looks like there's a whole lot of them. Here's a couple. Here you go. And let's throw one in there. See if she'll go for it. You didn't see it? It's in the sand. You're coming at me for more, huh? Hang on. Alright, we'll throw it over there. Now, did you see it? There you go, Lucy. There's another one in front of you, too. It's over there. Nope, the other way. Here, let's just do this. We'll bring this over here. We'll drop a few in the sand. It's raining worms, and then we'll put some in the rocks here, so that way they can dig for some. And let me get back so they can go back in there. There's some in the rocks, Lucy, if you want more. Scout's gonna eat them all if you don't. It's okay though, because I'll make sure she gets her own bowl. Here, I'll actually put some for her right now. She's not sitting there alone, not eating. Here you go. I'm gonna get you some more. Right now. Too many fast movements for you? Alright. Let's put that there. And we'll move this out of the way and let her come and eat all the worms that I spilled. Come on, Lucy. Come. I think she's going for those now. I'll just have to throw these in there too. Don't get grumpy, Scout. There's plenty of worms for you. There you go. So how does the stream look for you guys today? Is it all good? Does it sound good? Is it nice and clear? I know some of you are watching on a little bit of a delay, so you might not hear me say the things I say for like another 30 seconds. So then I gotta wait for you to answer. In the meantime, awesome, thank you. You're getting too close to his worm. Here, I'll give you some more. We'll throw some more in there. You too. We'll put some on by the rocks, so you guys have to go look for them later. Ooh, Lucy. Lucy was like, no, Scout. It was my turn. Don't worry, there's plenty more, guys. Here you go. Scout, here you go. Why do they eat bugs? Because they're from the desert, and a lot of times there's little bugs and other rodents and animals running around in the desert, and they go searching for them in the rocks and the trees and in holes, all sorts of places. They'll eat some fruits and veggies too, but most of their diet consists of meat. No, Lucy doesn't live with me now. She's just hanging out with Scout for a couple days. Scout stayed over at her house for a while too, but they didn't get to meet until she came here. He was actually hanging out with the other foxes that lived there, which was Tink and Ricky. And if you haven't already, you should go check out their channel on YouTube, which is /forfoxsake. And you can check out Lucy's videos there too. You want some more, Lucy? Lucy's not going to have to miss the room. She's welcome over anytime she wants. There's some in here too, in the rocks. I see them. Hi, Ashley. How are you tonight? Your pet chicken tries to eat your hand? That's silly. Yeah, I threw a couple of worms back there in the rocks, so they're actually looking for those. Same as last we talked as well. Are you guys gonna argue now all night over who gets the worms in the rocks? I've got more I'll give you, Lucy, if you're still hungry. Oh, I think she saw one. She got it. She was quicker than you, Scout. You can message me on Discord. Alright, Scout, you gotta let her go searching for them too. You can't always just yell at her. Here, let's give her a couple of these. Come here. Here, Lucy. Come. Come up here. Come. There you go. There's more here. Scout, you're welcome to come search for them too in these rocks. You are being so loud right now. Here you go, Lucy. I know there's more. There's another one right there. Get it. You just gotta move the rocks out of the way. You can figure it out. There you go. Oop, did she get another one? Yeah, she did. Scout, being the little smartass that he is, went straight for the whole box. Scout, get out of there. You can't take the whole box. See, Lucy's figuring it out. She's just going to go ahead and get them right from the rocks. Put some in there. Let's throw some more in here for you guys. Here, Lucy. There you go. And there's a cricket in there too you can have. Here, look. Alright. The rest of these we gotta save for later. put them up far out of reach so they can't pull them down again like they were doing. Looks like every time she finds one, she's taking it and running to the other side to hide. Hey, Mr. Cheese. Oh yeah, Lucy has been loving the room, and Scout has been a lot nicer to her. They're actually really quiet all day. It just so happens that right now that they're eating, he's being a little grumpy with her because, you know, he's trying to say it's all his food. And he doesn't like sharing. He's not used to sharing with another animal. And you know, this is his room, so he's being territorial about it. But Lucy's pretty territorial too in her home, so it's kind of great because she'll yell right back at him. They're perfect for each other. Yeah, she was way more skittish when she was first in here because, of course, you know, she had never been here before. But now that she's used to being here with Scout, they've been really good together. And she's definitely not shy about running around and claiming her spots either. Cody, this isn't my fox. This is actually Lucy here on the left. If you haven't checked out the channel for Lucy the Fennec Fox, you should go there and subscribe too so you can watch her channel. She's actually just visiting and hanging out with Scout. She's been here for a couple days. I actually posted a video on my YouTube of when they first met. And I have another video that I'm editing to show you the prequel to all of that. Scout, you scared her. I think he hears. You looking for more? You're gonna have to wait, buddy. Either that or go look for some in the rocks, because I threw some more. Cody, what are you referring to? I see you say there, did you miss something? What did you miss? You must have missed something, if you're confused. She's gonna claim them all. All the rockworms. They're gonna be hers. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I know the camera's scary, but I just wanted to see you searching for some worms. Look at that. I've been around Scout for almost 10 years now, so I know exactly what he looks like in a big pile of Fennecs. I would know exactly which one is Scout. And the same thing for Whitney. She would know exactly which one is Lucy and which one's Ricky and Tink. And I can actually tell the difference between their voices too if I hear them screaming, because they all have like a different frequency that they make. So if I'm outside of the room and I hear Lucy talking, I'll know that it's her, and same thing with Scout. Yeah, actually that toy, I do have it, and they haven't played with it since I've been here, but that's why I got those worms, because I wanted to actually do a couple things. I wanted to save some for the breeding project that I was doing for the worms, and then also so I can set up a couple of the puzzles that I have. And I was thinking about also getting a P.O. box if any of you guys wanted to send puzzles or anything like that too, so that these guys can have some more toys to play with. I think he figured it out now, but there's still some worms in there. She's claiming the rocks for sure. Sorry, Scout, you lost your privileges to the rocks. Pink, thanks for following. So I've never actually tried doing a full stream to all of my channels at once. So this is the first time I'm actually doing it, which is why I put the YouTube and Twitch chats up, so that you guys can see what's going on when I'm answering people. Because otherwise it would get kind of confusing if I'm answering somebody on like YouTube, but the people on Twitch are going to be going, wait, who said that? So I have a couple of different things I've been setting up so I can stream to multiple platforms at once. And hopefully this is working out pretty good. So far you guys are saying it is, and that the quality is pretty good and everything, so that's awesome. Dark Hero, what's up? Thank you for joining the stream. We unboxed some Superworms and now they're going after them. For those of you guys that are just tuning in. If you're asking if I'm breeding the foxes, no. They are just friends, but as far as the worms, I have been working on breeding some superworms and mealworms as well, so that these guys can have basically free food, so I don't have to always order a bunch of them for them. Are you the king of the rock now? She got sick of Scout's lip. Why do they screech like demons? They screech like demons because they're so small, so they have to have different ways to protect themselves. And imagine, if you were like some crazy predator coming to get them and they screamed at you like that, you'd probably back off too. I know I don't like being yelled at like that, and I know he's not going to bite me or anything, but when he yells like that, I back up too. See, he backed up when she yelled at him. And yeah, unfortunately with the streams, they're a little bit delayed. And that's just the way that they work. And sometimes even the apps allow you to delay it a little bit more. If they had it, if I had the settings so that it would be on exact time for real time, it would actually be a little bit less of the quality. So I'd rather have better quality and have it delayed a bit than having it like really poor quality just to be able to have it like right in real time. I think she's gonna go look for some more. If you guys noticed too, I removed that huge branch that was coming out here because they weren't really using it, and it was just kind of taking up space in the room. And then I also moved over the enclosure over there. I don't use it. They can go in there and sleep. It stays open. But they've been pretty much free roaming together in the room. And again, for those of you guys who are just joining in, on Lucy's channel, there's actually a... Hey, thanks for following. Appreciate that. So there's actually a video on her channel of her on my bed when we first brought her in here into the house, and she was like cuddling up with me and playing with me and everything. And I got some video of that on my phone as well, which I'll edit and put on my YouTube channel once that's ready. Pink, you're asking if they're playful with people. With me and Whitney, they can be pretty cool with us, but when there's strangers around, they're not really that great. I'm mostly Scout. With Lucy, she gets along with the kids that you've seen in my videos. Like, they play with her, and she comes right up to them and lays down for them to pet. And Scout is just really weary about strangers, so he will scream at anybody who comes anywhere near him. But he lets me pick him up and play with him and stuff. It's just, you know, anybody else who's in the room, it stresses him out. That's actually why he's barking now, because I'm talking, so he just wants to go to sleep now that he ate. But Lucy's still eating, so we're going to wait for her to finish up before I end the stream. You want to know who's fluffier? Lucy's actually fluffier. She's younger, and during this whole move and everything, Scout got really stressed out, and he lost a lot of his... Neo, thanks for subscribing. So yeah, he lost a lot of his fur, and you know, it grew back finally, and he's looking a lot better now. But he was doing like pretty crappy for a while, being stressed out and everything. He didn't want to really leave the room or his enclosure or anything. But then he started eating well again, and I gave him a bunch of vitamins, and he got his own room, and you know, all this stuff helped him out. Because when we first brought him here, he didn't have this room set up, so he ended up staying over at Whitney's with Ricky and Tink, which are her other two fennec foxes. So he stayed there for a while, and you know, I was going over there helping clean up after them and feed them and all that stuff as well. But yeah, they, you know, when you own them as pets, the thing is that a lot of people don't understand is they're still wild animals. You know, they've come a long way. Like Lucy and Ricky and are mostly a lot friendlier than Scout, and I think it's more so because they come from a later generation of Fennecs, so now they're becoming a little bit more domesticated, but I would never call them domesticated right now. As you can see, they still, you know, act like wild animals, so you kind of have to treat them like so in the way that, you know, I feed them live bugs, and I give them a big sandbox to dig in and stuff to do, like digging around in the rocks to look for bugs. All this kind of stuff for more enrichment for them, because they're, you know, they wouldn't survive in the wild because they're not wild. And captive born ones like Lucy, for example, if you put her out in the wild, she'll end up running right up to somebody and she'll end up getting killed. So same thing goes with predators. So if they're really cool with people and super friendly, a lot of times they will be with predators as well, and they'll end up getting snatched up. So captive born wild animal pets, I guess I should say, they don't do very well in the wild. And a lot of people are always like, oh, why don't you just let them go? And it's just not something you can do. You know, it's not going to be something that that lasts very long for them. So anyway, with that said, anybody who wants to own one of these guys, I always tell them to go get experience first. And by that I mean, you know, go to a sanctuary that has them, or a zoo, or or maybe find somebody online that has some as pets and see if they're willing to let you, you know, come over and learn more about them. Because the thing is, a lot of people will see them, especially like this, and think that they're super cool and cute and that they can do this in their house. But if you don't have the right knowledge on how to care for them, and how to properly set something up for them, they're going to be stressed out, and they're going to make an even worse pet, because they're already not great pets. And I tell that to everybody. They're still wild, so they're going to scratch, they're going to scream, they're going to make a lot of noise in the middle of the night, and there's nothing you can really do to train that out of them. And another big thing is you can't really potty train them. A lot of the times they go in the sand, but they'll also use towels and stuff, and every once in a while they have accidents outside of that. And I've asked online in some of the groups whether or not Fennecs are if anybody has 100% potty trained Fennec. I have yet to find anybody who does. So I've seen people whose foxes, including mine, he'll use a litter box when it's available and the sandbox and stuff, but it's just not 100%, So if you have people who go out and get these guys in an apartment, or a house that's fully carpeted, it's really not a great idea because they're going to go to the bathroom all over the place, I guess they're finally settling down now. Scout's right there, if you see him on the bottom here. And there's Lucy. So yeah, and as I was saying, asking me whether or not these guys are aggressive or whether they're cuddly or anything like that, I hope that doesn't give anybody the idea that they make great pets when I say that, yeah, they'll come up and cuddle and play sometimes and everything, because they really don't. If I go right now and try to grab Lucy, she's going to run from me. She's still really skittish, but then again, she doesn't know me, and she also doesn't really like men very much. So I wear makeup, so we get along a little bit better. And with Scout, he's cool with me, but he gets really grumpy around other people. So if you had a fox like that in your house, you can imagine, if you have friends over, family, or anything like that, they're always going to be screaming and making a ton of noise and, sometimes even being aggressive towards those people. And if you have the experience to deal with something like that first, it's great, because then you'll know what to do in that situation. But a lot of times people go and get pets like these, and then they don't know what to do in those situations, and they end up just rehoming them a million times. And then those pets are constantly stressed out. They never have a sense of territory, and everything gets messed up for them, which is why they end up being put down. In Florida, the zoo, Palm Beach Zoo, actually has a whole crap ton of Fennec foxes. And a lot of them, from what I heard, were ones that people couldn't keep anymore. And you don't really get to see them because they're not out on display for everybody, but they're there, and those foxes are, unfortunately, living in, these little tiny enclosures, and that's their life from then on, and they just get to hang out in there. So it's always best to go and see these guys firsthand before even thinking about getting them, because you'll understand that it's not like a dog or a cat that you're just going to always walk up to them and call them over so you can pet them and play with them and lay with you. Like Scout will lay with me in bed, and he'll lay on my chest and fall asleep. But within 20 minutes, he wants to get up and run around and doesn't want to be on me anymore. So they're not really pets that you can constantly have on you to hold and cuddle with and everything. Yeah, and of course, it's cool to have them. I think they're awesome. I've worked with them for long enough that even before I got one, I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to own one of those. But I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that eventually, as they got a little bit older, they were going to need certain enclosures or setups or, certain mannerisms that they start to come up with that you have to know how to deal with, like the scratching, the digging, the calling out at night, all of that kind of stuff. So for a lot of people, they don't think about that. They just think, oh, I'm going to get an animal like this and just put it in my house and it's going to be great. But then when you have to get up, at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and you have an animal doing this all night, or screaming really loud, you can't get mad because that's part of their nature, and that's just what they do. Right, Scout? I think their bellies are all wormed out. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to let them go to sleep and turn off their lights and everything in their room. So I appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully I've answered your questions. Alright, Lucy. I'll shut up so that you can go to sleep. Looks like Scout's going to go in for another try at the rocks. But, all right, guys. You guys all have a good night, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. I might actually be streaming a couple gaming videos on Twitch a little bit later if you want to watch on there. And we'll see you guys later. Good night.